Deek. Deek. Deek.
What's up, you guys? Today we are starting a flat Earth versus globe Earth debate over. Hopefully we have everything worked out now. We've had a few different issues, but hopefully we've got it all figured out. So we have Flatter-Day Saint actually joined the stream as well. So we have him now, Wotan, David, and Kyle. We are going to start it. We're just going to start with 6 minutes to kind of give both sides. We're going to start with the globe Earth, then we're going to kick it over to the flat Earth just to kind of get everything back balanced and start it over from the beginning. So let's start from the top here. We'll kick it over to the globe Earth to start. Just give us a 6 minutes or something to kind of give your position, then we'll kick it right back over to them.
Well, I believe in the globe Earth, and there's lots of evidence to back up the claims of the globe Earth. We've got the two sticks in the shadows from ancient Egypt, I believe. I'm not an expert in all of this. I've done my research, but I'm not going to say I know everything, so if I'm wrong about stuff, correct me. But you can see the curve of the Earth, sort of. And when the flat earthers say that, oh, it's flat all the way around, I just want to say that I don't think they understand perspective. The Earth, big, us, small. We are extremely tiny compared to the Earth. When I talk to my friends, I like to say, we are ants on a giant's back. That
All right.
helps.
Yeah. So I'll just throw in just the basics here. Informed observations beyond the ignorance of our ancestors. But as far as the flat Earth and the perspective that they have, what you notice is a lot of times they argue against that which they literally do not know. And at some point in this debate, I will not be surprised if the response is, we don't know. Nobody knows. How can you know? And that's usually like followed up with the cynicism and the sarcasm about the government and Illuminati and all sorts of conspiracy theories, which are nothing but a sarcastic, cynical piggyback on legitimate grievances that go all the way back to like the civil rights movement, where you have people who had legitimate issues that have still to this day yet to be addressed properly. And the cynics and the sarcastic people, the far right extremists mostly, piggybacked on that and used that to advance their agenda, and flat Earth is just an extension of that.
All right, thanks so much for that opening. Let's kick it back over to the flat Earth side.
I'll let you have the closer, Flatter-Day. What's up, buddy, by the way? So,
hey, I've heard a lot about you. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, I think we debated before, but it's all right, cool. So, one of the world's greatest scientists, I don't know if you know him, stated that it's better to say that you don't know, right, than to say that you do know and you could be wrong, right? That's science. That's what it is. It's not that you say that you know, right? So if you ask me a question, I say I don't know. Okay, that's a much more respectable answer than me giving you an answer and then I could be wrong, right? Okay, that's what science is. I don't know if you know that. Moron. So what else I want to say? Oh, yeah, so since we're restarting, I'll just briefly recap on the mental moronic, the loops that globalists have to believe. In order to believe the Earth is round, okay, you have to believe these things. Hold on, let me record on my end. This is dodge. So in order to believe the Earth is round, okay, I think for answer's point, you have to believe. In order to believe the Earth is round, you have to believe nothing can bend matter. Nothing. Space is nothing. Space is a constant. This is just moronic thinking, okay? That's I like to get to the step one because everything he's gonna say after that, let this man to prove this, and no, it doesn't matter because when you start up here, the whole tree falls down, okay? Once you start up here, okay, everything you say after that, it doesn't matter, okay? So if I disprove space-time, okay, because it's in your mind, it doesn't have an effect on reality, then you can't have a globe Earth. That's it. Yeah, Flatter-Day.
You good, bro?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. I admire your tenacity, bro, and your zeal. Very. I'd like to introduce myself. Becoming Flatter-Day Saint. I'm a 1491er, born again flat earther, a 65er. So I heard some. I'm not sure. I don't know your guys' names, but the two gentlemen that are the globe side. I heard you guys say that. I heard you guys both mention the shape, and you guys said often referred to it as round. But a coin could be round too, and a pear might not be round. You know what I mean? It might be more pear shaped. So all I'm saying is like it's a slippery slope when you're saying one thing, but it means two different things. So somebody might say that it doesn't really mean a lot, but words have a very significant meaning, and they're there for a purpose. So it's really easy to confuse things with the globe belief system or whatever. So just a couple things. So regardless of the shape of the earth, water always finds its true level, no matter what shape of the container. So even if the earth is a sphere, only half of it would be sticking out of the water. The other half would be in the water. If you think about that, because water doesn't lie. People lie about the shape of the earth all the time. Now, I don't know if your guys' senses lie. You like your ears and your eyes and your nose. And when you see water on the horizon, it appears to be flat in all directions. You've never experienced any curvature or any spin at 1,000 miles per hour at the equator. None of your senses have ever experienced that. So why would you automatically assume that it's that way? If you had never been told the whole Santa Claus / globe earth lie, you would have never automatically came to that conclusion. It's preposterous to think otherwise. So the thing you can't really explain is water always finding its true level. There's no experiment that you could ever do where it's going to stick to the outside of a spinning ball. Gas pressure without a container, it would all go into space. But I'm just going to rest my case. It would all go into space. I'm just going to rest my case right there. It's pretty simple. If you can debunk water finding its true level, no matter the shape of the container, or you can demonstrate gas pressure without a solid container or barrier, then I would love to see that.
All right, thanks so much for that opening. You had 30 seconds left, so that's good timing there. All right, let's kick it over to the other side to start off.
So water doesn't stick to a ball. I don't know if the camera can get this close for you to see, but I've got water literally sticking all over this ball right now. And if this ball was the scale of the Earth, which is 24,000 miles in circumference, the amount of water that you're seeing is probably a little bit more than the amount of water that would be present on an Earth of that scale.
But isn't the water falling down now?
It doesn't matter
Oh,
if the water's falling out now.
It goes to the bottom of the ball. It doesn't matter.
You got to let me answer the question.
But on the sides, it's sticking there. In
But
reality,
you got to let me answer the question.
right?
So in any event, he has a valid question. Well, the water's starting to fall downward. The reason why the water's falling downward is because it's falling downward towards the center of mass, which is in the center of the Earth. When you make your argument, and I'm speaking to the Latter-day Saints person, about water sticking to a ball, you would be correct if you ignore other fundamental forces that influence the water, which forms around a center of mass or is influenced by those fundamental forces, whether they be electrostatic forces, which can cause water to be shaped like a tear, right, or a drop, right? So you have situations where water will certainly form around either a container or a center of mass. But when you ignore this fundamental force here, I'm going to demonstrate its effect. When you ignore that, then you have a valid argument. But we're not going to ignore that. So you can measure this, and you're going to find that it's a little wider at some orientation than at another orientation. But you already knew that. And the issue isn't that I got to explain it. The issue is that you're pretending that you didn't already know it. And that's the game that we're playing. I'm going to yield the whole time. Kyle, I don't care who talks next.
Yeah, let's kick it over to Kyle and Latter-day Saints.
Let me mute myself.
I think.
So basically, the whole pretty much you spent, I don't know, between 8 and 12 minutes right now, kind of just refuting the shape of it. You said the water falls down, or the water gets pulled to the center of the mass of the largest object, right? But that thing, half the water probably dripped down immediately, and then some evaporated probably from the top and went up. So basically it went down and up. It didn't go to the center of a mass, unless you're talking about like a mass, like a Catholic funeral or something, bro. So basically I'm asking how can,
do you need more context? Or you want me to let you keep going?
No, I'm good.
Oh, you're good. Okay, you're good. Go ahead, keep going. Don't stop. Keep going.
Shall I continue?
Please.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, bro. I
Kill
appreciate it.
context. Kill every context you can along the way. I want to count how many contextual things you're going to kill along the way. So you kill the context of this not being a gravitationally bound object versus the object that we all stand over is. You ignored that. You also ignored the scale and how water.
What do you mean
at
it's not a
smaller
gravitationally
scale
bound
does
object?
not work
Define
the
that.
same way that it does at a larger
Define
scale.
that. How is that
Ignore
ball
that.
not a
That's two.
gravitationally bound object?
And you're
How?
ignoring gravity itself. So
You're not
No,
addressing
answer
what.
the question. How is that ball not a gravitationally bound object?
well, it technically
Hey,
well,
Roman,
actually,
let him
you know
talk trash.
what? It's not. You know why? Because it's hollow on the inside.
Hey, excuse me.
It doesn't matter because
You're not
that's how
addressing my
stupid
question,
you
bro.
are.
So
That you
there's
don't know your own
so there-
science.
let me
It
finish.
doesn't matter
So there-
because
there's a
all
threshold.
It does matter,
in
though.
because all
It does matter, though.
because all
It does matter,
in
though.
the whole world, in the universe,
Even your partner is one like this. Shut up.
all matters. Doesn't matter if it's
I know that.
Doesn't matter.
But there again is a context. There's certainly not enough of a gravitationally bound mass to cause the water on this wall to stay attached to the wall because of the gravitational properties of the
You guys, one time.
Hey, why don't you put this down?
Times more powerful than gravity.
All right, you
You
guys,
know
let's get Kyle in here and let's get Flatter Day Saints.
Yeah.
Kyle, let's get you in here.
Wait, what was that? What are we doing?
Go ahead, Kyle.
Who's-
He doesn't have nothing to say. This guy is just, I don't even know why, where
Wow,
did
you
you
want
get
me to
this
say
guy
it?
from?
If I
Where did
may,
you get him from?
So
If I
let
may-
me
Look at this guy's
Yeah,
he might be intimidated by your yelling.
You're
He
not
might be shy. You
qualified.
don't know.
You're just sitting there. You
Don't
got
judge
snot
people.
coming out of your
No,
nose.
that's called
No,
that's called
anything you're
prejudgment.
just saying. Who is
Prejudice.
this guy?
Don't be
I'm just
prejudiced.
saying. Where the hell
So
did you get
listen,
this guy
so
from?
listen.
Where did you get his email from? What is this?
Okay, what is this? We get it. Okay, listen, we get it. You're
What the
doing
hell
the
is-
New York
who is this
thing.
guy? I don't
Okay, we
understand.
get it. You're from South Jersey. All right.
South
Okay,
Jersey,
bro.
now from Brooklyn,
You're
motherfucker.
from
I'm
Brooklyn.
I'm from South
Okay, no
Jersey.
Strand and Fulton.
Fuck
What?
out.
Yeah, you take the number 3 train. Big
That's
deal.
right. Now I
Hey,
know number 3.
All right,
Never,
guys,
no
let's
care.
keep away from the personal
Yeah,
attack.
yeah,
Flatter
you know
Day,
what,
Kyle,
let's
you
go.
got
Let's
take
Stop
over.
acting like a character.
I'm not a
All right.
character. I'll fucking
You're
slap
acting
you
like
right in your face. If I
Kyle,
do
do you have
this
anything to
bitch.
contribute right now? If not, Flatter Day saying if you want to.
Yeah,
Jump
come on,
in.
guys.
I tried to. I don't talk over people. You know what I mean? But if everybody's done, I'll say what I'm gonna say. So, you talked for a while, bro. You never really addressed the topic that I brought forth, which was, can you demonstrate water adhering to a spinning ball when water always finds its true level, no matter what shape or size the container is? And that's demonstratable, and it's repeatable anywhere on Earth, on any shape container, any size, bro. But it's not demonstratable with the demonstration you just showed me, because you started talking about gravity and everything. I don't even know what that word is. Pretend I never heard that word before, and you're trying to describe something to me that just doesn't make any sense. It's not like a Hollywood movie called Gravity. What I'm trying to say is you didn't demonstrate it with whatever you're showing. But then at the end of what you were showing, you said Earth is so big and this scale is so small, it's superfluous compared to how big the Earth is. We could never understand. Which brings me to the question: why did you even bring that out as a demonstration in the first place? If at the end you debunked your own demonstration, just wanting to know.
Okay, so here's the demonstration. Pay attention. So this does not have for Walton, I need to make it more simple. This does not have an adequate amount of gravitationally bound matter that can cause the water on the surface to stay attached to the surface indefinitely. A large part of that is because
that is a failed experiment,
there's a much
correct?
larger object below that is attracting the water, and that attraction
eating
is
noodles.
stronger
The
than whatever
hell is this guy
electrostatic
doing?
forces
This
are
is
keeping
ridiculous.
this on the surface
This
of the
is
concrete.
ridiculous.
But you want me to show it spinning. Now watch. I'm going to actually
I can
spin
show it
this.
spinning. Bro, you don't even have to show it spinning. Just demonstrate it being stationary with water adhering to it.
There you go. There's water adhering to it.
And what happens? The water goes on the bottom, right?
For about
Huh?
15 more minutes, depending on the temperature in the room. And
Well,
then it'll completely dry,
right,
bro.
right. So let me ask you a question. If this had the gravitational force that the globe Earth people are trying to explain to you occurs, the force that causes this to go like this, watch. You can call that whatever you want. Let's not call it gravity. Let's call it whatever. You make a word. Whatever is causing this to do this, if that could do that towards this surface, then the water would remain. That's common basic sense. There's no there's no need to elaborate on that because that's the main.
We're
element.
demonstrating. We
We're
want
demonstrating
the
this.
thing with
Demonstrating
flat
this.
earthers. We
Your
run
requirements
experiments,
for an
and
experiment
they show the
require you
experiment.
to go to a
Experiment.
scale that you cannot get to. So that's an absurdity on your part.
That's
That's like
like
you saying 2 + 2 doesn't equal 4 because I want you to count to a million bajillion one at a time.
You show me a plastic ball. I'm not count to a million. You show me a fucking stupid plastic ball.
That's your logic.
You're a moron.
You have no
Alright.
sense of scale and proportion. So
Alright.
you're
You're just stupid. You're just
Okay,
stupid.
okay.
These people are
Yeah.
vaccinated
Alright.
morons. Just
Alright.
mouth breathing
Let's take it
fucking.
over to
man,
Kyle.
Nathan
You,
would have been better than this.
You want to throw anything in, Kyle?
I'm just gonna say that
Alright.
the Earth is round just
What's
because
on?
I ate noodles and I'm a fat ass, and that's
All right. Let's
From
go.
the videos and debates that I've seen, it seems like a lot of flat earthers don't understand perspective and that the Earth is freaking huge compared to us. We are ants on a giant's back. That is how big the Earth is compared to us. And yet, y'all expect to be able to just walk out of your house and see curve? That's, with how big the Earth is, that's not gonna happen. You'd have to go.
Flatter Day Saints, I got a question for you.
What
Do you
up?
think that you could see curves standing over the surface of a spherical body that is 24,000 miles in circumference?
I just
Do you
know
think
that.
you can see the curvature of that?
I'll wait till you're done, Doug, and then I'll answer.
Well, if you hear a 3-second pause, that's more than enough.
Should I just assume that? Okay.
Yes, please assume that.
Okay, cool. Thank you for the assumption, bro. Good looking out.
Hey, man. Hey, no matter how hard you slice it, you make assumptions all the time. You can just limit them. You can't eliminate them. So let's not hang ourselves on that, okay?
All right,
So,
Flatter Day, let's kick it to you.
just wait.
I've never experienced any curvature. I've never seen any curvature for myself or experienced any spin of the Earth. So my senses all tell me that the Earth is stationary, not necessarily completely flat because there's hills and valleys and mountains, right? But it's a topographical plane that's not moving.
But that wasn't my question. I agree with you on that.
But it's a topographical plane that's not moving.
But that wasn't my question. I agree with you on that, but that wasn't my question. My question is very simple. If you cannot conceptualize, if you can't use any type of conceptualization, then you can't really learn science. There's an element of that that's
I don't believe in science. Science is a
experiments
religion.
and things like that. Huh?
Science is a religion to me, bro. I don't play around with
I
that.
don't know what a religion has to do with this because there's no extra dimensional spirituality that we can't measure. Religion has to do with things that you cannot measure.
It's just blind faith, what you guys are talking
That's
about.
not blind faith. There's a measurement. Measurement. Okay, so now to the moderator, I apologize. I see what the problem is.
Wait, have you done
So
the
you don't
measurement?
understand
What
the difference
experiments have you
between
done, bro?
measuring for science.
What experiments have you done personally? What experiences personally have you done, bro, to measure the curvature? What have you done to prove the curvature?
Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. So we're getting very close to the summer solstice, and with my limited resources and my limited ability to do experiments, the best I can do for this debate right now is to take this picture. So if you let this was for Nathan Thompson, but he couldn't make it. So sorry, Nate. So as you can see where that line that goes right down the middle is, right? That lets you know that we're not having a perspective distortion. That line goes right down the middle. The sun right there is about maybe half of a degree away from the middle. That road that I'm on is an east-west road, okay? Now, this is where you have to think. This is where I was saying earlier about using a little bit of intelligent thought. On a flat plane, that would not make sense as the sun continued to set because, well, the sun on a flat Earth model is about 4,000 to 6,000 miles away. So it can't be that. Secondarily, since we're so close to the equinox, you don't know where this is. This could be in Peru. This could be in Mexico. This could be in New York City. So I want you to use your common sense here. If you look west during sunset and you're looking at your flat Earth map, where are you looking? On a globe, it makes perfect sense because if that sun is that far away, then everyone that's looking west, especially during the equinox, is going to see the sun directly west during the equinox. You can't do that on a flat place. You can't do that on a flat place with the sun spinning over your head. That's just not possible. Perspective arguments go out the window. Refraction arguments go out the window. All of that.
Hey, excuse me. Were you ever
try to make your counter?
Were you ever going to get to the point where you could show water not finding its true level or containing no matter?
We're still, because you go into the fairyland of your
so you're asking, right, so you're asking to show you
we're still trying to get to the point where you show us scientific experiment to demonstrate what you believe.
Get your time.
So I don't care what the hell you got to say. You know, little moronic, like little verbal exercises or whatever you were just saying. So yeah, we're still waiting on the experiment, hard science, to show us the water adhering to the exterior shape by virtue of gravity. They say, oh, you need another. This is what Red said. You need another planet the size of the Earth to do it. Well, that's you're throwing science out the window.
No, what's happening is that you're making a request that is an absurd request.
It's not an absurd request. It's your claim.
Why it's absurd.
If it's an absurd request,
I'm not
and you
why it's
can't
absurd.
shut your mouth.
When you're done talking,
No, I'm not done talking.
I'll tell you what.
If it's an absurd request
and we'll let you do
to demand a scientific experiment for your claim, then you're a fucking moron and you don't know what science is. Okay, that's all we're asking is for science. And then you're saying that when we do ask for it, no, it's an impossible claim. It's an impossible experiment. Well, then what do you believe is impossible to believe?
But what I'm saying to you is that you recognize that this does not have an adequate amount of gravitationally bound particles to
we're still
make
waiting on
the
the
water
science
adhere to the surface of it.
All right, let's kick it over to, let's try to get Flatter-Day in here. What you want to respond to that, Flatter-Day?
Yeah, so bro, regardless of anything else he was saying, bro, you still haven't responded. This will be the third time I address this with you. You haven't demonstrated how water can adhere to a ball, even if the ball's not spinning, because the ball would be half in the water and half floating outside the water. So you can't demonstrate that. And you brought this little white thing that white ball as something that I guess in the beginning demonstrate, but at the end, twice now, you've said this isn't an adequate scale because the Earth is so big. So why did you even initially bring that out as a demonstration if at the end of all that song and dance, you just say, oh, it's not a good model scale? It doesn't. So why'd you even bring it in the first place and talked about it for over 15 minutes continually, regardless of how many times you were interrupted?
Do you want an answer? Okay, count 60 seconds since I take so long. You asked for water to adhere to a spinning ball. You did not make your requests more clear
by virtue of gravity alone.
Now, count how many seconds he interrupts. I know. You got your hands on your face.
It's like
oh my god. So here's the problem.
Once you straw man, I'm going to interrupt.
What you're trying to do is you're trying to compare the concept of water sticking to the fact that gravity causes water to remain on the Earth. The sticking is the game here. You know that I can't present to you a gravitationally bound object with enough force to show that it remains.
Well, you believe it's impossible to demonstrate.
But you use the word sticking.
It's moronic.
So now you got to change what you're asking.
You're right. I do know that, but do you know that? Because I know that.
I think so. Yeah, I think I know that. I think we're good there.
The principles of science is to show an experiment of what you believe. And then when we ask you for it, you say it's crazy. You can't demonstrate it. And then you go into this logical, fancy, mental gymnastic bullshit. Okay? We want science. I don't care what your little mental gymnastics.
You got the science. You got the experiment.
No, you don't.
You got the information.
Fucking plastic ball.
And what you're trying to do is
moron. It's a stupid.
This is an elaborate backtrack.
It's how stupid the globe is.
Okay, look, you guys, let's
these low IQ,
hang on a
vaccinated fucking morons. That's all they are.
Chill out for a second. Let's end this segment, okay? I'm gonna end the segment by giving you, and then we'll go to Q&A. But I want to give everybody a minute and a half a piece to kind of talk and kind of wrap up their thoughts on this, because I know Kyle didn't get to talk much. Flatter-Day Saint, he wanted to speak a little more, I think. So let's go around to everybody. We'll start with Kyle, and then we'll go to Flatter-Day Saint. Then we'll go to David, and since you guys went first, we'll end with Wotan. Kyle, kick it off.
Okay, thanks. My statement would be that you guys clearly don't understand perspective all that much. If you want us to give a demonstration of water sticking to a ball, we would have to go to planets, moons. That's the only way we can get enough gravity to have water or gas or anything like that stick to a planet or a moon. And we can't do that here on Earth because Earth's gravity will overtake any gravity that was produced by a tennis ball or anything.
All right.
Cool.
Okay.
So do I go next, or is it just like
let's kick it over to Flatter-Day Saint, let him say his piece, and then we'll go to David next.
Okay. So, you still never demonstrated how water, always finding its true level, no matter the shape or size of container, could possibly stick to any spherical object. Not saying the Earth couldn't be spherical. Maybe it is a sphere, but it would be halfway submerged in the water, like I said.
All right, let me spend my 2
All
minutes
right.
responding to that. If there was not enough water on the surface of the Earth to cause it to be submerged that deep, then no, it would just fill out along the surface.
That's your
However, you
demonstration
changed
then?
what you asked. You didn't say anything about that other stuff. Play back the tape if we need to, right? You just asked for what you asked, and now you're changing. This will be the second time you changed it, okay? But I think that's a fair conversation. We could go back and forth. This nonsense from Wotan is just on another level.
You still never answered my question.
Yes,
so
I did.
Nah,
But you're changing the question, which is fine. We can answer that one on the next round.
That's all they do.
All right, let's go to Wotan. We'll wrap this up and get to some questions from the audience.
Yeah, so it's still 7 years debating this topic. Still never an experiment, science to demonstrate what you believe. Never has it ever been presented to me ever. Debating astrophysicists, and it's insane. What the hell do people believe? And you just assert it, and you tell the world to just believe you, and that's it. Because you got the fucking white lab coats on. You're all a bunch of fucking bigoted morons. You're all a bunch of assholes. Okay, that's all it is. Fuck out of here. We want science. Where is it? Water adhering to the exterior shape where gravity alone. That's it. Just gravity. That's not gravity, you moron. There's adhesion, right? You fucking moron. I didn't want to say the other R word. Yeah, let's go to questions.
All right, perfect.
All right.
Get to these questions. Thanks everybody for the questions. We have. Let's see. We got. Thanks for all the super chats. We're going to push the super chats to the top of the list here. Our first question comes from. Thanks for your super chat, Kango44 5NZs says, Wotan, when did you get your PhD in physics? As an expert in the field, what lab do you work in?
I never made a claim that I have a PhD. So,
all right, thanks for that
I'm
response.
just using logic to refute the morons that do have PhDs. Okay, that they have no science to demonstrate what they believe. I've been debating this for 7 years. Never has it ever. They've never shown me an experiment. They say you have to go outside the universe, outside the planet, to show what you believe. We have to believe you.
All right, thanks so much for that response. Next one, super chat from the Crawdaddy 029. Thanks for your $5 super chat. It says, Flat Guys, would you be willing to donate your brains to science? It could help humanity to find the failure that rejects reality. Well, that's more of a comment, but we'll just move on.
Because I'm asking for science.
Was that an allegorical?
It's because of what you're asking for. Count to a million bajillion, please, or else 2 + 2 doesn't equal 4.
Sorry, Flatter Saint, did you want to respond to that?
I said, is that a rhetorical, allegorical, or deplorable story?
Can we just move on?
All right, let's move on to the next question. Thanks for your 10 NZs. Kango44 says, Wotan, I have been fortunate enough to have done an edge of space flight in a MiG-29. A company by the name of MiG Flug does them. You can watch these flights on YouTube too. Earth's a globe.
Oh, wow, because Neil deGrasse Tyson will tell you that you can't see the curvature of the Earth at that altitude, you moron. So it's either you're wrong, okay, or Neil deGrasse Tyson is wrong. You choose. Or you're both wrong.
No, actually, bro, that's some convincing evidence for the globe, actually. You got me thinking now that it could be a globe because of what you just said, actually. Think about it, bro. That made a lot of sense.
Could I put in my 2
Neil
cents?
deGrasse Tyson will tell you that you can't see the curvature of the Earth at that altitude. So I would love to know how you see the curvature of the Earth at that altitude.
So here's a good way to understand it. Neil deGrasse Tyson has never gone that high up. So his observations are based upon his own presumptions. And even though he's extraordinarily educated, this is a matter of perception. So it's possible that he's wrong. And I imagine in a few years, he's going to go up and see for himself. He's like, oh my God, you can't see it from that distance. I didn't realize. Not a big deal.
You just asserted that he could be wrong doesn't mean that.
So what? He's not God.
You're saying that he's wrong.
So what he's wrong. He can
I
be
agree
wrong
with you. He's wrong.
And and we're not talking about calculations. We're not talking about something that is concrete. We're talking about his concept of what he thinks you should be able to see.
No, it's not a concept. He's using the science of the math, of the geometry of the freaking Earth, and he's telling you.
Yeah, but he's also relying on our concept of perception, and that's where you guys make a mistake. I didn't get to go into that. I thought we had more time for that.
All right. Thanks so much for those responses. No problem at all. So I am going to say that there's a lot of people who are saying that they think that I should be breaking up the conversation more and moderating more. The issue with that is when you do that, everybody says, "Well, I want you to let the conversation free flow." Bad moderator. But if you moderate, they go, "Well, you should be moderating more." So there's just no. What I try to do is I try to let the conversation flow where it's flowing. If it gets too out of hand, I try to put a stop to it. But when you're constantly like, "No, you stop," then it kind of ruins the conversation, I think. And so we just gotta, I try to let it flow as naturally as possible.
What is the maximum time for this debate?
So we have about 4 more questions.
And then that's the end?
Yeah. So we have
30 minutes, my mistake.
Yeah. We have Dalkinator, $2 super chat says the globe religion is burning, LOL. Kyle, David, do you want to respond to that at all or just move on?
Yeah, I mean, wow, it's burning. Okay. I mean, you know what? The metaphors. It's metaphor. They're using a metaphor. I thought David was going to respond, not Wooltime. Hey, dude, go relax. Like, go something. Hey, go grab ice, do something fun. Go grab ice, do something. Take your butt to folding those something. Shoot. Look. Metaphors. The earth is. I mean, the globes are burning. We're going defensive. It's over. This is all metaphor. And metaphors are the problem when you're trying to use so many metaphors to make a valid point. That's another.
Wait, deviating from the question. Is there another question?
All right. So we'll kick it over to the next question here, unless you had anything to add to that. Okay. So the next question was from Monkey Cat Pat, $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Questions for the. I'm not sure about this term, so I'm not going to say it because I don't know what it might mean. So, but if it looks like a derogatory term, so like if you were to drive,
Is it an illegitimate term?
Yeah, it's. I don't want.
Illegitimate.
Yeah, so it says if you were to drive from Florida to Michigan, would you be driving north or up? I'm guessing that's maybe that's for the flat earthers. I'm not sure.
I didn't even pay attention if there was even a question.
If you were driving from Michigan or driving from Florida
to Michigan, would you be driving north or up?
That's a good question. Hey, the answer is I wouldn't be driving anywhere. I'd be traveling. You know what I mean? From point A to point B, just a traveler. Not driving, nothing, homie. You know what I mean?
So there's no scientific thought to that. So,
all right, let's kick it to the next question. Zachary Allgood, $10 to Wotan and Saint. How do you explain the counterclockwise rotation of the sky in the northern hemisphere and the clockwise rotation of the sky, southern hemisphere on the flat Earth model?
Could you repeat that, please?
Yeah.
Hey, wait. I never claimed that I had a flat Earth model, but to tell you the truth, I do. And her name is Jackie May. So that's the only flat Earth model that's around.
But you're saying that this doesn't prove that the Earth is a globe because the stars could be doing zigzags. What does it matter?
That's not true.
What does it matter?
Hey, could you repeat the question?
It doesn't mean nothing. They can do zigzags. They can be doing.
Okay, hold on. Just pause the routine for a moment.
It doesn't prove
30 seconds. Can you pause for 30 seconds?
That we're on.
Okay, 30 seconds, bro.
Yeah, it's just how do you explain the counterclockwise
rotation
of the sky in the northern hemisphere, clockwise rotation
designed it, and that's how they move.
Okay, after he's done, I want to try to explain that to debunk flat Earth.
It's not going to debunk flat Earth. You can't.
We're good? Okay, so he's saying that's how they move, but here's the problem. Observers all along if you go up and down the longitude of the Earth, right? I always get longitude and latitude confused. It's the one, if you go, from the south to the north, right? And you watch those stars as they rotate, maybe day after day. One day you go up a degree, the next day you go up a degree, and so forth. It doesn't matter. The rotation, the orientation, the way that rotation is occurring, it doesn't change. It doesn't go like this. You don't have stars going this way and stars going that way. You have stars going this way as you're on the surface, but from your point of view, looking at it from one orientation, it looks like from your perspective they're going the opposite way. But by the time you get to the equator, what do you see? You see stars on one side and stars on the other, and they're both rotating in. People say it's another question. But it's the same star. So you could actually, what you could do is get a whole bunch of people, different areas,
is there any other questions?
and have them record this at the same time, and they could line up the stars.
Converse,
and then they would be able to.
Is there no other questions? If not, where's this guy from?
Where did you get him from? But it's a topographical plane that's not moving.
But that wasn't my question. I agree with you on that.
It does matter. And yet, y'all expect to be able to just walk out of your house and see curve? That's with how big the Earth is. That's not gonna happen.
Geek.